What's going on, everyone? Billy here, Lights, Camera, Action Figures. And as you can see in front of you here, we've got the Deluxe Tygra from Super7. And we have the Ultimates Tygra that was released a while back. It's been a couple of years. And we're going to take the time to compare them, do a little review. And as of right now, just in package, I'll just go ahead and put it out there. This is my new Tygra right here. I posted a picture on my Instagram page, Thunder Punch He-Man, over on Instagram. And, I had a couple people react and say, really, why? And I'm going to get into that in the review, but just the packaging alone, there's something about that. The card back itself, just the way it looks, that's one thing. But this Tygra is improved, in my opinion. There are a couple of paint apps that are missing that the Ultimates, does have over here. But we're mostly familiar with the big issue here, the elephant in the room, if you will, is if you can see this, in this area right here, this torso area, there is an orange. It looks dark on camera. What it is, the orange underneath is bleeding through apparently. So they painted over the orange, and then there's some joint issues. It's not terrible, but it's not great. We're going to see how they compare. This one here personally is bad. I'll do this right here just to show you. Of course, it's got some weight on it naturally, so the legs, but they want to go out. He doesn't want to. They want to stay up. You have to really work him into a position to keep him where he needs to be. But with that being said, we're going to break this open. I do have something to show you. There's two variations of this that I've found so far. I don't know if that's important to anyone, but I'll share that with you. But let's get this open. Let's take a look at it and see if the $35, $36 price tag on this is worth that alone versus it was $55. Now he goes for easily $100 now, the Ultimates version, because you do get the extra head, you get extra pieces, you get extra hands. I'll bring those in. You do get some other things. You get a bolo whip that's molded, which you don't get here. And, so naturally people, they want to spend a little more money if it's got more accessories. Me, I prefer the simplistic look, the card back. It harkens back to the original, 80s card style. Obviously, it's not as large, but it's got the background. It gets to the point. I don't need extra heads and hands. That's just me personally, but we'll bust it open and we'll see how they do, and I'll let you make the decision. You can leave some comments and let me know, but go ahead and get it open and we'll get it going. All right, so they're out of the package, and I'm going to start with the back shots. It's probably not going to go over too well, but I want to start with the back to try to, hopefully let you see right off the jump the difference here in the figure. So on the left over here we have the Deluxe, which is it's right now, well, it was at Target. It was a pre-order about a month ago, maybe longer. And they shipped. They were out of stock now. Some people are finding them in store. Some people aren't. So, eventually I'm assuming they'll go to probably Big Bad Toy Store or Super7's website, like the first two did, which was Monkey and the cartoon accurate Lion-O. The right is a couple of years old. That's the Ultimate version. Now the Ultimate version, just so you know, has an extra head in case you weren't aware, with a different face sculpt. All right, comes with two sets of hands on top of what he already has. Comes with a bolo whip, just like this one here. with a string. And I did measure, I mean, not measure them, but I'm put them side by side. They're the same length for mine. I'm sure they're going to vary depending on how they're tied, but they're pretty much the same. Just one's darker, one's lighter. The darker one goes with the Ultimates, and the Deluxe gets the lighter color. The only thing that I will say, and I'll bring this into, this is a molded, like I showed you a minute ago. This stays in the same position, you know. That comes with the Ultimates. The thing that I do like that does not come with the Deluxe is this bolo whip right here. This is a fixed, just molded piece here, but I like this, and I wish he had this. Now he doesn't, so is what it is. But you know, but anyway, so I would like to have seen, you know, this with the Deluxe version, but can't have everything you want, right? So starting with the back. Hopefully you can see it on camera, and I'll bring them a little closer here. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and I'll do the upper parts here first. So on the Deluxe, on the left, you can see there's less white paint on the hair. The hairline is much higher on the Ultimates version. On the back, the colors are a little more rich on the Ultimates. You can see there on the left shoulder pad that the gold is not painted on this one where it is on the Ultimates. Right here, it looks like it's maybe like a pearlescence, almost like a stain down his crack here. But that's where the orange apparently is bleeding through the paint, from my understanding. On this one, they've corrected that, so he's the proper color. This to me looks much better. The joints are tight on this. I showed you a minute ago, but like here, you know, if I do this, you can see where he moves at the torso area. Whereas if I do this one, I can do this. I can shake him and he won't move. So the joints are much tighter. I'll go ahead and push them out a little bit. Go down here. Actually, you can see on the boots on the Ultimates version here, they've got paint details, you know, around the boots, which, you know, to me, I mean, yeah, it matters, I guess, for some people. They got a little gold touch on the front. You can see the little button there on the front of the boot. But I don't know. I'm not. That doesn't sell me. You know, I'm not like concerned about that. He wants to get away from me. Hold on here. All right. So the other big thing that was a huge mistake with this figure was this elbow pad right here. And you can see the Deluxe version has the elbow pad. If I move the arm now, it is a part of the bicep here in the middle. They resculpted this piece here, and you can see where this one does not have that, and the band that goes around. So people caught that right away. I mean, that was a big concern and gripe that people had, which rightfully so. He was missing this band with the elbow pad. How you missed that, I don't know. You know, I don't have an excuse for that. I don't know what their QC things are or what they're doing, but they missed it. Another thing, some of the joints, the paint on the joints, like right here on the shoulder. You see this right here? This color here follows through on the joint, and it shouldn't. It should be this color here. Whereas they've fixed that on this. I'll lay him down. You can see here that the paint is the right color. Also on the back, right here, this has all been painted. It doesn't have the orange like this one has. You see right there where it's got some orange. So I think overall, the paint details, I know they don't have the accents. You know, if you're a skilled painter and you want to paint your own, you know, accents around the boots or around the shoulder pads here, you can probably get into that yourself and do that. You can definitely see there's a lot more white on the heads here. Let's see if I can get up here. So you can definitely see the white much more on the Ultimates version. Again, though, just, I mean, is it necessary to buy this if you already have this? No, it's not. But even the face, the tones on the face, like they're much softer and more detailed to me on the Deluxe. He's more cartoon accurate. The eyes, just the way the lines on the face are. This is a little more, not yellowish. It's palish. I don't know. I don't know the right color, the right term for the color, but this works on this one here. The emblems are close to the same. This is a little more dull than this one in the red tone. I just think this looks better. For me, I wish I never would have bought this. I wish I just would have bought this. But, I own a couple of these actually. It is what it is. I mean, I don't mind buying Thundercats if I can afford it, but for the money, I'm going with the Deluxe all day. And then the joints, like I said, I've had a couple of these where the joints are just terrible, just not great. This was a pinless figure. It was one of the earlier ones. This obviously is the same thing here. I did hear there was a pinless Panthro coming. I don't know how true that is. I haven't followed up on too much of this stuff lately, but that was just a quick look at this, and I don't know, man. Let me know what you think. If the money is worth the Ultimates version. Now, if you have the Ultimates version and you're saying to yourself, well, that's the one I've got. I mean, I'm already paid for it. Yeah, it's worth it. And the few paint apps are different, and that's worth it to you. Yeah, that's fine. So be it. But I'm going with this one all day long. The Ultimates is going to be going bye-bye. Getting rid of that. I got rid of one. I'm getting rid of the other one. And the box one I'll figure out. But, yeah, the Deluxe is fine for me. It works. Looks good. And I'll go ahead and show you real quick something that I ordered several of these. So I'll just share this with you. It may not be significant to most people. But if you collect, like, on card or mint in box or whatever they're calling it now, I don't know. But as a matter of fact, I love the back of these too. Just the there's no cross sell, just the old school art. There is a glossy face version, which is it's gonna be really hard to see on the camera here. But let me see if I can get it. So the head and the face have gloss, whereas one does not. And that's probably not going to come across too well on the camera. Is it significant? No. But I did have 2 of these, and I had 2 of these. So if you're chasing, variations or anything that's different, some people are. Just sorry for the noise. Put that out there. But there you go. That's the Deluxe Tygra. It's not, not too much to it, man. You've seen Tygra, you've seen him. Again, paint apps missing from here on the shoulder pad, the boots. Other than that, though, he's pretty good. You could probably swap the boots if you wanted to here. There's a way to, at this bottom lower joint right here. The pad is there for the elbow. And please, for those of you who were so upset with the elbow pad, please acknowledge that the pad is there and be excited. Because I didn't, I noticed it, but to me it wasn't that big of a deal. But I guess for the money, obviously you spend that kind of money, it is a big deal. But my opinion is different from everybody else's, so who am I? Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, And comment below. Let me know what you think. If you're going to pick these up, if you want one, if you're not interested, pass. If you've already got the Ultimates, you know, let me know. He did pretty good. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We got some stuff coming up. We'll talk soon. Later.